Hey everybody, Shabba Nobody Else's Auto. We are here at Harold Warp's Pioneer Village in Minden, Nebraska. This is an amazing place. Now, we were here last November and we brought you an update video. If you'll remember, we've been doing videos here for about 3 years now, and if you remember, over the first year or two of videos we did, if you look in the background, things were looking a little rundown. We tried to shoot around them. We tried to kind of ignore some of the areas that were needing repairs because things were getting a little rough. But we were here last November and things are changing for the better. Things are improving. They're getting some things fixed up. Got a new director. We just spent some time with him and he showed us around about all the things that are happening here. A great plan, a great future. Let's check out some of the improvements at Harold Warp's Pioneer Village in Minden, Nebraska. Starting off with right here, we're in the main building. We see the stagecoach, the wagons, the streetcars, the airplanes, the fire engines in this section of the main building. What they have just changed here recently, all this tile has been replaced. Now, the tile where the vehicles and stuff are sitting is original, but the walkway had been worn down so bad, was chipped up, that all this walkway area has been refurbished with new tile. It's great to see these improvements. This is such an awesome place that seeing it fixed up, getting back to its former glory is amazing. We'll cut over into here, into this other part where we've shot a lot of videos because there's a lot of cool cars in here. And if we look up at the ceiling, we still see a lot of lights that are burnt out. However, what we don't see is all of them being burnt out, because in the past, there were very few lights in here working. They're working on getting ballast changed, getting lights in there to get these lights to work for the time being until they can update to LED. The long-term plan is to go LED, obviously. For right now, they're just trying to get some of this stuff fixed, get some of their lighting improved. Let's head on around here. Let's make a walk through the circle, and let's check out some of the other improvements. Now, like I've always told you guys, I've been coming here since I was a little kid. I've brought my daughter here, and it's an amazing place, and it's an amazing collection. It was very, very disheartening to see the condition that a lot of this place had fallen into over the years. However, with a new director, new life, and a bright future, things are starting to change. There's still a lot of work to be done. We know that, there's no doubt about it. This place had gotten run down and it's almost impossible to fix everything on a facility this big immediately. But if we look right here, the front of the People Store has been repainted. We can see, it's kind of tough to see, but there's new shingles on that roof right there. As we walk over here to the firehouse, some of the things they've been pointing out to us, and they did show us some of the stuff that's been improved so that we can share it with you. New roof on the firehouse as well. Front of the firehouse has been repainted. Another big improvement, the awesome locomotive. This big, huge, massive locomotive now has a fresh coat of paint on it as well. We can see right here where this new concrete is at versus the old concrete. A lot of the sidewalks were breaking up and falling apart. Lots of those areas have been patched and replaced in the sidewalk areas. Like I said, this is such an amazing, special place. It's great to see all these improvements. Here again, we see more patches in the sidewalks, more sections that have been taken out and replaced with good concrete. Back here, the playground next to the schoolhouse. The playground equipment, fresh paint. These are some new displays they're working on. This is all earth material, different clays that they're trying to use as a stand to build a bench out of. And we've shared with you guys a lot of this stuff before, but you can see, you know, china and glass. They have literally everything here. Obviously, most of our videos focus on the cars and the trucks, but they have a little bit of everything here. The St. Paul Lutheran Church from 1884. We're going to head back this way and show you something very, very special that has been happening. Obviously, we've got some new signage up in different areas here. But something that is very special to this place has been here for decades, however, has not run in decades. It was very disheartening to see this, but fortunately now we see life. The merry-go-round. America's oldest merry-go-round, an 1879 model Armitage Herschel merry-go-round. Now, over the last few years when we've been here, this thing was literally falling apart. The boards were broken, they were rotted, the paint was falling off. We look at it now, boards have been replaced. The mechanisms have been cleaned up and painted. The horses are currently undergoing restoration, and they are hoping next year to have horses back on this merry-go-round. It does run now, they do have it running, and it has run under its own power for the first time in probably 15 or 20 years. So it is running under its own power. We see the wood that has been replaced. Horses currently undergoing restoration, and hopefully next year we're going to see horses going up and down on this old carousel again. Pretty neat to see that coming together. These old church bells, they had some rotted wood on those. Those have been, the wood's been replaced, and they've been repainted. We see all these several other pieces around here that have been repainted. We see they've got the tractor seat bench around the tree here. Obviously has been replaced with new wood. Tractor seats have been repainted. Really, really nice to see some of these improvements finally starting to happen at the Harold Wart Pioneer Village in Minden, Nebraska. Those buildings back there, we've shared a lot with you, and that's where a lot of the cars are at. Let's go back up here and share with you some of the other changes that are being made to fix this facility back up. Like I said, in the early videos we did a few years ago, we intentionally tried to shoot around some of this stuff because it was getting a little rough. However, today we can show you all of it, because even the stuff that needs work is being scheduled to be fixed. That's what's nice about it. With a new director, a new outlook, a new future, things are really looking bright here, which is amazing. It is such an amazing collection and an amazing place. Where else can you go see this kind of stuff in chronological order? From cars, trucks, tractors, to clocks, to watches, to even phones. Obviously we're shooting on a phone right now. They have phones here from a crank phone up to cell phones, in order, all on display. Pretty amazing. We'll head back this way to the blacksmith shop. They made some more improvements back here as well. And once again, this is a piece at a time. This is a very, very large museum. It's a piece at a time. It's volunteer work. It takes a lot of work to fix things up after they've kind of been run downhill a little bit. And as we get back here to the blacksmith shop, we see all this stuff around here where things are being touched up and they're being painted. Has it all been done? No. Because it is a lot of work to do all of it at once. We can see these posts here still need to be painted. However, the bench has been redone with new wood and fresh paint. This big hoist has been repainted as it sits here on display. So everything here is a piece at a time. That's all it is, and that's all it can be. This is a big, big facility. Multiple buildings, thousands, hundreds of thousands of artifacts. You can't just snap your fingers and fix something this big. But fortunately, there is a great plan, and it has a great future, and that's what's important. This facility will hopefully be here for generations and generations to come. This collection was put together in the early 50s, so a lot of these artifacts are not commonplace to see anymore, even in other museums, because a lot of this stuff is so hard to find. There's a lot of pieces in here, especially in the car world that I'm familiar with, that you're never going to see anywhere else, because the only one known to exist is here at the Pioneer Village in Minden, Nebraska. So this building here, household appliances. And that building just got a new roof as well. So they've got a new roof on the appliance building. The little diner here, this is pretty cool. This is another work in progress. They have a great little diner area here. It's covered up. They've got a little table area here where you can sit. But let's go inside. They just took us inside and showed this to us, and we want to share it with you as well. They have amazing plans for this diner. Now, this building actually is a Valentine Diner. This part here was an original Valentine Diner made in Wichita, Kansas. This piece has been added on, and they've got a great plan for this. We're going to come inside here. They wanted us to share this with you as well. You can see this is all under construction. New lumber, new electrical, a big work in progress, but here's the key. They have an amazing plan, and you always got to have a plan for something to be successful. So as we come through the old Valentine Diner, And check this out. Like I said, this is all a work in progress, but this is all new flooring. They said this was all rotted out, falling through, new flooring, working on new electrical, and they actually want to open this up to be able to serve hamburgers and hot dogs and things like that for their guests. They want to actually take this area, because this area where we're standing was the actual diner. Now this does still have the Valentine box in it. Anybody that's familiar with the Valentine Diner, they were made in Wichita, Kansas. They were a prefab diner, and they were all over Kansas, Nebraska, things like that. This actually was the diner. There was a counter probably right here originally with a small cooking area over there. They actually want to turn this little section here into a display diner, exactly as it would have been in the 50s, where it has a little dining counter and the little short bar stools, things like that. So this looks just like a 50s diner. Now over here and in the back where we just came through, they want to get that revitalized into a more modern kitchen so that they will be able to sell, you know, hot dogs and hamburgers and, you know, root beer floats and things like that to the guests at the museum, as well as they've got a lot of things planned for their parking lot out here, be able to serve out of the backside of here. They've got a car show planned. They've got a lot of exciting things planned for this open area out here, which is technically on the back side of the museum. So they will be able to do this dual purpose with this original Valentine Diner. So great plans for that as well. So super excited to see all this coming together. And like I said, the great thing about it is there is a plan. There has not been a plan here. And to see this coming together, it's exciting. So let's head on out of the diner and go check out a few more things that they are working and improving around here. We'll kind of work our way around here, catch one more thing as we get back around to the main building. Now you can see from here, this is a big circle where the main buildings are at. Speaking of which, something that I forgot that we can see from here very well. We look over on both sides of the train. We see the big Pioneer Village water tower, and over on the left side you see the big windmill. Those obviously look a little bit rough. Those are on the schedule for next year to be refurbished and repainted. So hopefully we'll see a fresh coat of red paint on both the Pioneer Village water tower and the big windmill next year on that part of the project. Obviously the cars are clear back there. We've got a lot of cool car stuff on here, so be sure to check that out as well. One other thing, well, a couple other things. The band shell has just recently been repainted. They've got a big 4th of July celebration planned. Lots of activities here. More repairs to the sidewalk to make this area more user-friendly. And one other super cool thing, as we get ready to wrap up this improvement video, which is great because it's an improvement video, finally, that this amazing place is getting fixed up. It's not working yet, but they have cleaned and ready to refurbish the Coal Ridge National Bank clock on the back of the building. It looks beautiful. That clock was looking very, very rough. They said it is not working yet, but it is cleaned up and looks much, much better at its display point on the back of the main building. So we're right back here at the main building where you can come out into the circle and experience this entire facility, and it's great. So huge shout out to all the staff here. Thanks to Will for spending a few minutes with us, the new director, sharing some of the improvements with us so that we can share them with you. This is an amazing place. It's got an amazing future, and I'm super excited about it. The way things were looking here 3 or 4 years ago, I really got pretty worried about it for a place that I've been coming to this long and brought my daughter here and was worried about its future. Now we see its future brightening up with the repairs being made to where this facility will be around here for generations to come and be able to share it with tons and tons more people over the next several decades. Hope you enjoyed the improvement video. Stay tuned. Be sure to check out the full playlist on the channel. We've got a lot of content here from Pioneer Village. It's a great place. You don't want to miss it. Be sure to check that out. Definitely hit that subscribe button and check out so you can stay up with what we've got going on, and check out the other Pioneer Village videos. And definitely put this on your list to check out your next time you're out on the road, or anytime you're coming through the Midwestern part of the United States. You need to check out Pioneer Village, Minden, Nebraska. It will be well worth the stop. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope to see you soon on the next video.